Thank you for joining me, everyone. This is Rachel Doe back with another video. This year I went as a solo adult to Legoland Japan. Now, I was an actor at Legoland Florida for years, and before that I was a pass holder there, so I wanted to compare the two, of course. So location. First of all, both parks are far from main attractions. Legoland Japan is about a 30-minute train ride and 10-minute walk from Nagoya, which is a 90-minute bullet train from Tokyo. Most people go to Nagoya for Ghibli Park, and there are some other attractions there as well. However, it's just not a touristy city. You know, most overseas visitors at least are going to go to Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, maybe Hiroshima, Yokohama, the Fuji area before they think about Nagoya. But if you want to see my solo sightseeing day there, I did make a video and the link will be in the description. There are a handful of restaurants at the mini shopping plaza outside Legoland Japan, but otherwise it's mainly just a furniture store and a coffee shop at this train station, so you're really out there. Now for Legoland Florida, that is in Winter Haven, which for reference is about 50 minutes from Walt Disney World and typically over 90 minutes from both Orlando and Tampa airports. However, there are more things to do in that area as well, and there are a ton of local and chain restaurants and hotels near Legoland Florida. And since I've been a local in Orlando and Tokyo, I can say as long as you have a car, even if it's a rental car, it is basically cheaper and easier to drive from Orlando or Tampa to Legoland than it is to go from Tokyo to Legoland Japan. For the entrances of both parks, I think both have a really great wow factor, and both are steps away from the Legoland Hotel. Florida Sea Life is now on site in addition to its iDrive location in Orlando, so that's also the same. Both parks just really nail the aesthetic that's bright, welcoming, and it just looks like you're about to have so much fun. Through the rest of this video, the footage will be Legoland Japan unless I specify it's from Florida. So I did come with carry-on luggage, and the model citizen was so nice and escorted me straight to the lockers himself. Of course there are lockers at Florida too, but you likely have a car or the hotel would hold them for you. Now after I stored my luggage, the first thing I noticed was the food menu, and the prices seem much more affordable than Legoland Florida at this time. You can pause and check it out. Even currently with the weak yen to US dollar conversion, these prices are very affordable. I've seen a lot right now. Legoland Florida is selling the themed apple fries for $20 a serving, even though it comes with the souvenir cup. That's really pricey, especially compared to these cute snacks. I'll do my full disclaimer at the end, but of course I'm not speaking on behalf of the company. I don't work for them anymore. But let's talk characters and entertainment. So Legoland Florida before this year had tons of characters and shows you could see all the time. They changed seasonally to keep everything fresh, but since late 2024, Florida has drastically decreased their offerings and variety. But over years past, you could meet Lego characters. In addition to atmosphere actors, stilt walkers, there were dancers, singers, musicals, and comedy shows, and even more than that. When I went to Legoland Japan, however, it was a random cold day, but I only saw 2 characters doing free greetings and no live shows. I'm not sure about the hotel entertainment besides the creative workshop, which is offered at both parks. Now, Miniland is a must-do at any Legoland park you go to. It's completely unique and really showcases the country or the region that you're in. I highly recommend it, and you can check out my full Miniland tour. I have it linked in the description. Both parks' Minilands are roughly the same size and have the same level of detail, and Japan's had so many interactive buttons too. I'll let you just take a look. Of course, this corn man was by the popcorn machine, but the briefcase, I have questions. Anyway, Legoland's love themes, and the first theme we're talking about is pirate. So it's called Pirate Shores in Legoland Japan, and I love this pirate area. It is fantastic. I love the variety of rides and the brick builds. Now, Florida's is very authentic because it's on a public lake, but unfortunately, their huge draw was the water ski stunt show, which closed after decades of running. It was so good, and otherwise that land only has one ride, and this land, even though it's not as cool because it's not on the lake, it has a lot more rides. It has the carnival games. If you want to see one of the last showings of the ski show in Legoland Florida, I'll also have that linked. Here on the left was one of my favorite brick builds of the whole park. If you didn't know Lego humor, they love an old lady joke, and this one just cracks me up. And so does this pirate with a popsicle. Our next theme is Ninjago, and I love Florida's Ninjago area, but I think Japan's is even cooler. It's more spread out with a lot of the same builds and activities as Florida's, but it has more and better rides. I don't know why Nia's mech suit really made me starstruck, but it did. And I'm showing these buns again just because they're so cute, like alien mochi-hu. This ride is apparently the same as one at Epic Universe, and I loved it. I really wanted to do this spinning ride, but I didn't have time. Now we're in Lego Kingdoms, and this is the place that I spend the least time in Florida. Here in Japan, it's even more plain than Florida's Kingdoms, I would say, but they have the dragon, which is the quintessential Legoland ride, and it was way better than Florida's Dragon. Even though Florida's Dragon is good, they also have a kiddie version of the dragon, so kids can work up to the bigger one, which I think is great. They also have the same Merlin's Challenge ride. Overall, it's kind of just a place you go once during your day. Lego City, Lego City. Now, if you know me personally, you know my friends consider me Ms. Lego City, and I can't get into all the lore and the inside jokes on this video, but seeing Japan's Lego City and comparing it to my second home was silly. It actually reminded me of a mix of Florida's Lego City and the retro section of Dollywood in Tennessee, and they also had this vaguely Chinese theater, so that reminds me of Disney's Hollywood Studios. And just a side note, all throughout the parks, basically none of the restaurants were open, just like Legoland Florida, so another little taste of home. They have the same Fire Rescue Academy attraction that's basically manual labor. I love the build of the grandma getting a speeding ticket because it felt like a callback to a show Legoland Florida's Lego City had for the holidays, where grandma is on a crazy chase with the cops. Like I said earlier, Lego loves an old lady joke. They also have junior driving school and driving school just like Legoland Florida, but they've got Octan as the main sponsor, so huge for them. This was one of the bigger gift shops, so I wanted to just give you a quick glance at some of the merch. 0 days marked safe from the atrocities of Mr. Gold. And Lego with the chicken crossing the road joke. Dark, I love it. My favorite part of Japan's Lego City was actually flying school, not only because Florida hasn't had flying school in years, but also just the airport security build I think is so funny and charming. The next land is Lego Adventure, and Lego Adventure really just means it's kind of a place Indiana Jones would go, in my opinion, but also sometimes dinosaurs, so vaguely adventurous things. This one was cool because it had the gacha machines. I'm showing a little bit of merchandise here as well. I do like those 1x2 fanny packs. And this section was pretty similar. They did have a couple additional rides and restaurants that Legoland Florida doesn't have. Their Lost Kingdom Adventure was really great. I did a video on that. And these Lego fries are the coolest thing. I can't believe we don't have those in America. Submarine Adventure was definitely the most surprising ride I went on because it was pretty much just like the Submarine Voyage ride at Disneyland, California. The last section of the park I'm talking about is Bricktopia. Now Legoland Florida does not have Bricktopia, so I have no comparison for this at all. And this is probably the best looking land because everything is bright, it's colorful, it's whimsical, and it just looks so Lego and it's so fun. All of the builds were quirky, they were playful, and it was just a fun place to be. It really feels the most Lego to me. I'm just gonna walk around and show you Bricktopia. I don't have much to say about it, but I will say it's also where a lot of cool photo ops are. It's where the observation tower is. And it's also where edutainment is in the park. Well, that wraps up my comparison of Legoland Florida Resort with Legoland Japan Resort. I really hope you enjoyed it. I have tons of tourism content on my channel about tourist things to do around Florida, Las Vegas, Hawaii, Japan, and more, so be sure to check it out. A comment, like, and subscribe go a long way for my small channel, and I'll see you in the next one.